So this is the A's. I'm thinking this might take a while. Okay, onwards and upwards. Okay, so today we're going through the A's in my Blu-ray collection. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. Something that I completely missed from the last video, and it wasn't until I was sorting out the A's that I spotted this on the shelf and thought, damn it. So very quickly, 80s Scream Queens. This is an 88 films release with the slipcover. There's no reversible art on that, it's just inside art. It comes with 3 movies, which are Nightmare Sisters, Deadly Embrace and Murder Weapon. I can go back in its place up there. Hopefully I have grabbed everything. No, actually there was one that I couldn't find, Angels and Demons. It's not in place and I don't know why. I'm going to come back. Found it. Right, it's out of order and I can't be bothered to go through all of this and stick it in the right place. So we're going to start with Angels and Demons. And first of the Arrow window box releases, this is A Bay of Blood. 88 films, Italian collection. First of quite a few in this video. A Played in the Dark, also from the same collection. A Cat in the Brain. This is one of the limited edition slipcovers. Unfortunately with these they keep putting the Italian title on the slipcover, and as you can see with many of these on the shelf here are in Italian, not all of them but most of them. It just makes it more difficult when you're looking for one. Then we've got A Christmas Carol 3D. Don't have a slipcover for this one at the moment, but I'm still looking. Clockwork Orange. Fish Call Wonder, another Arrow release with the slipcover. A Good Day to Die Hard. Not as bad as I think a lot of people think it is. It's a fun movie. It's definitely no Die Hard 1 or 2, that's for sure, but yeah, it's not awful. Okay, A 3D Guide to Belly Dancing Beginners. This was 20p and it was a 3D, so I grabbed it. So Monty Python in 3D. A Liar's Autobiography. We've got A Knight's Tale. A Million Ways to Die in the West. Great comedy, really enjoyed that one. Monster in Paris in 3D. A Most Violent Year. A Street Cat Named Bob. A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. And we've got the first, I think, of many examples of double dipping. So we've got the A-Team and the limited edition window box edition of the A-Team with various character art cards. Abduction, Lenticular. This gets a bad rap, this movie as well. I've not seen it yet though, so I can't comment on that. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter in 3D. I've not watched the 3D this yet, but when I first saw the movie, I have to say I was quite disappointed. A around about the same time, there was a very low budget movie called Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies, I think. Something to do with Abraham Lincoln and zombies. I'm sure it was versus zombies. I preferred that movie at the time, but I need to rewatch this one. Absolutely Anything, Simon Pegg. Another 88 films, Italian collection. Absurd, with the slipcover. The Adjustment Bureau, very underrated movie. This is really a lot of fun. Some great cheesy 80s teen comedy. Adventures in Babysitting, love that film. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. And The Adventures of Tintin and the Secret of the Unicorn in 3D. Some more 88 films. Enigma, again with the limited edition slip. Age of Heroes. Age of Kill. And Age of the Dragons, which I haven't seen any of those. One of the very few Disney classics that I enjoy and rewatch, Aladdin. I haven't seen the remake yet, but I will at some point. Some more double dipping. Alan Partridge, Alpha Papa, great comedy, and then the limited edition HMV exclusive Digipack set. Again, I'm a big fan of Alan Partridge, TV shows and the movie, so I had to grab that, and it's pretty funny comedy as well. Alexander, Alice in Wonderland, again limited edition Digipack set, and as well as that, the 3D 88 Films Slasher Classics release of Alice Sweet Alice. There is a US Blu-ray from Arrow of this with a limited slipcover, which I'd love to get hold of, but it's just too far out of my price range at the moment, and it probably always will be for the foreseeable future at least. Alien 2 on Earth, another Italian collection. Alien Abduction, nice shiny slip. Something I picked up in the charity shop quite recently. The Alien Anthology, all four of the classic Alien movies in theatrical and extended. Alien Covenant, and we've got a couple of Region A releases of Alien vs Predator and Alien vs Predator Requiem. Very awesome Elite Battle Angel, one of my plastic protector sleeves, really love that film. Some more Arrow, All Ladies Do It. All Stars, some Shameless, we've got All the Colours of the Dark and Almost Human. Alpha and Omega, another really underrated movie. I really like this film, Alpha Dog, based on a true story, and it is so good, really good, love that. Okay, grab the next pile. Altitude, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Alvin and the Chipmunks The Squeakquel, and Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked. I don't as yet have the fourth movie. And we've got both 3D releases of The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Amazon 3D, American Gangster, The American Horror Project Volume 1, American Hustle. I've tried to watch this film and I just couldn't get into it, so I need to give it another go. Awesome box set from 88 Films of the American Ninja movies, not all four but the first four. Great 80s action. The original American Pie trilogy, plus American Pie Reunion, and also a limited edition HMV window box exclusive of American Pie Reunion, still sealed. Amsterdam Heavy, I think that was 50p, it was really cheap, but I haven't watched it. 88 Films again, I think this one's a muck. Yep. A slip. The HMV exclusive. I'm sure this collection does have a name, but I don't know what it is, and I've got 5 altogether. I think there's 13 or 14 different titles. An American Wealth in London, and we've got An Idiot Abroad, series 1, 2 and 3. Andromeda Strain, great sci-fi film from the 70s. Angry Birds, I have not seen this yet, and I don't know if or when I ever will, to be fair. The Poundland pick up that before there were £2 when they're still doing £1 Blu-rays, as was this. Annie, Annabelle, Ant-Man in 3D, and Ant-Man and the Wasp in 3D. Prefer this one to the original one. I know that's quite an unpopular opinion, but it's just the way I feel about them. Anthropoid, and we've got Anthropophagus, the Beast. This is the original 88 Films Italian collection release, which is now out of print, with the even rarer slipcover and the reissue, which has been remastered. A limited edition, but not the most recent or the upcoming release. Has it come out yet? I'm not sure if it has. Of Apocalypse Now. There's a 4K mastered release of this movie coming out with an extra cut that isn't available on this edition. And I haven't had this long. I've only had it maybe a few months. So maybe having to upgrade again. But this is an awesome film. Then we've got the Universal 100th Anniversary Augmented Reality Edition of Apollo 13. Again, I think these were HMV exclusive. Oh, the Play.com or HMV. I can't remember, it was that long ago. But yeah, Apollo 13, Apollo 18, Argo, some classic Jackie Chan, The Armour of God, great cheesy 80s flick. Armoured, some Nicolas Cage, Army of One. Arrival, The Art of the Steal. I saw this, I think, on Netflix. It might have been Amazon, but probably Netflix, and it was okay. But I haven't opened this yet because I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it because I haven't opened it. Either way, it's still sealed. Arthur, nowhere near as good as the original. Arthur and the Great Adventure. I haven't yet seen Arthur and the Invisibles, which I'm sure came out before this one. So I need to track that one down. Then we've got Arthur Christmas. Great movie. I was really late to the party with this. It was only about 2 years ago that I first saw this on TV at Christmas and loved it, and ended up buying the 3D edition because it was so cheap. The Artist, great show, shame they had to cancel it. Ash versus the Evil Dead, I got this on Black Friday last year, really cheap. Even CX's second hand price still hasn't come down that far. Some Danny Dyer, The Assassin, Assassin's Creed 3D with the nice lenticular artwork. Asterix 3D, The Missions of Gods, or Missions of the Gods. Love this film, Atomic Blonde. Great 80s, set in the 80s, not made in the 80s, action movie. The Atticus Institute. Automata. The standard release of Avatar, the slip. The 3D release, again, this time with a lenticular slip, which doesn't really do that much, if I'm honest. And then this Scandinavian release, 6-disc edition, with 3 different cuts of the movie on Blu-ray and DVD, and this was a £5. It was a bargain. The Avengers Assemble in 3D, Avengers Age of Ultron in 3D, and Avengers Infinity War in 3D. Still haven't managed to find a slipcover for this yet. I've come across them a couple of times actually in CEX, but it's not worth getting it just to trade it back in, because they sell it for £12 and trade in at £4, which means that you're paying £8 for a slipcover. I'm not paying £8 for a slipcover. The Aviator, great film. And finally, The Awakening. Don't know anything about this, but it looked quite interesting, and it was £1 in Poundland. So there we go, the A's. I got through that quicker than I expected actually. Quite chuffed about that. Yeah, so doing the B's next, obviously. I'm running out of time today, so I'm not going to record that now. I'll probably do that later in the week, but it'll be a week or so before you see that anyway. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Ta-ra.